Welcome back in a series of lectures, Building Construction and Drawing. In last lecture, we have discussed about the stone masonry. Okay. In that, we have discussed about the various types of stone masonry. Depends on whether dressing is required. Then after that, whatever sizes we are going to use the stones for the particular courses. Okay, according to that, we have discussed about the rubble masonry and ashlar masonry. Okay, so in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the joints in a masonry, and then after that whatever another terms in that, maybe uh, concrete block masonry, then after that autoclaved aerated concrete, then after that external wall, internal wall, curtain walls. Okay, so different types of walls we are going to discuss in today's session. So firstly we will discuss about the joints in a stone masonry. Here, joints in a stone masonry will be of two types. In that, first one is the joints between individual stones, and another thing will be there, that is joints of a mortar. Okay, these are the two types are there. In that, firstly we are going to discuss about the joints between individual stones, and whatever remaining one is there, okay, related to the joints in mortar. Okay, we are going to discuss in unit number 6. Okay, because there thoroughly we have to discuss different types of the mortar joints and all those things. Okay, so here firstly we will discuss about the joints between individual stones. In that, four types are there. First one is the butt joint, second one is the lapped joint, third one is the groove joint, and fourth one is the sled joint. Okay, here whatever butt joint is there, butt joint is nothing but if we join two stones individually in this manner, means whatever it's a edges are there. Okay, these edges we have to keep, whatever square edges are there we have to keep abutting towards each other. Okay, such type of joint is nothing but the butt joint. Okay, and in ordinary stone masonry we use butt joints. Okay, जे काय आपण ऑर्डिनरी कन्स्ट्रक्शन करतोय स्टोन मेसनरीचं, त्याच्यामध्ये जनरली आपण बट जॉईंटच प्रेफर करतोय. ओके, देन आफ्टर दॅट another type is there of the joint, in that lap joint. Okay, here generally lap joint is preferred to avoid the movement of the stones. For that purpose we have to go for the lap joints, and in this joint we have to make an proper arrangement to the facing of adjacent stones. ओके, हे जे काही दोन ऍडजस्टंट स्टोन्स आहेत त्याचे जे काही फेसिंग आहे त्याला या पद्धतीचे काय करायला लागते आपल्याला, तर ग्रूव वगैरे प्रोव्हाइड करून घ्यायला लागते, किंवा या प्रकारचं प्रॉपर शेप वगैरे त्याला प्रोव्हाइड करायला लागते. समटाइम्स इट मे बी इन्क्लाइन्ड और समटाइम्स इट मे बी स्ट्रेट वन. ओके, सो जनरली लॅप जॉइंट इज युजफुल to avoid the movement of the stones. Okay, then another joint is there, that is nothing but the groove joint. Here the purpose of groove joint is also same as like lapped joint, okay, here to restrict the movement of the stones. Here, in this case, whatever two adjacent stones are there, out of that, one stones face,
सर
हा
स्लाइड चेंज नाही झालेली.
नाही झाली का? ओके.
पहिल्यापासून ते स्लाइड.
Then third type of stone joint is groove joint. In this case, whatever two adjacent stones we are placing, out of that, for one stone, we have to provide an projection like this. Okay. And to the adjacent another stone, we have to we have to provide groove like this. Okay. Means it will be a homogeneous one, okay, or we have to form the unity in between the adjacent stones. And here also the motto of provision of such kind of arrangement is to restrict the movement as well as to strengthen the bond or whatever masonry is there. Okay. Then next type of joint is there, that is nothing but the slate joint. Okay. Here, in this type of joints, we have to go for the provision of an rectangular groove into the two adjacent stones, and we have to uh, fix the slate into that groove. Okay, whatever this black portion you are observing, that is nothing but the slate is there. That slate we have to insert into the two adjacent stones groove. Okay, here this is also useful to strengthening the bond as well as masonry work. Okay, so these are the different joints are there in a stone masonry. Okay, then after that we are going to discuss next point. Okay, that is site selection. Okay, here suppose we have to construct a residential building, public building. In public building, to perform any kind of function or to fulfill the requirements. Okay. According to that, we have to go for the site selection. Okay. Generally, here we are going to discuss site selection about the residential building one. Okay. So different factors are there, and we have to consider each and every factor keenly, and then after that only we have to go for the selection of the site. Okay, the site of a building greatly affects its planning, design and construction. Generally, whatever site is there, okay, its orientation also will affect on the building planning, design and construction. Generally, whatever as per the Vastu Shastra, we are trying to provide facing of our building towards the north direction. Okay, but there is no possibility to each and everywhere you will be able to provide the facing of the building towards the northern direction. Okay, it depends upon the फेसिंग ऑफ दी प्लॉट. ओके, जो काय आपला प्लॉट वगैरे आहे तो त्याला कुठल्या साईडने ऍक्सिस आपण प्रोव्हाइड केलेला आहे, कधी दक्षिणेकडे असेल, कधी उत्तरेकडे असेल, किंवा कधी पूर्वेकडे असेल, किंवा कधी पश्चिमेकडे असेल. ओके, that also will affect on the planning and design. Then it may be selected as a required or accepted as available. Okay, means you can go for the searching as per your requirements, whether site is available or not, and if it is not there, then you have to accept it whatever available is. Okay, along with that you have to consider another things. Okay, means where you are going to uh, select the site, means in which region of which city. Okay, then after that importance of that locality and all those things, and what things are available near to that site. These are the important points. Okay, so if you want to construct your own house or building in such a locality where all the things or whatever market and all those things are available, or hospitality facility, then after hospital facility, then after that school, colleges. Okay, then as per your requirement, if site is not available, then you have to accept whatever available site is there, and you have to go for the planning according to that. Okay, means we have to extract best out of that. Okay, then the selection of site depends upon the purpose for which the proposed building is to be constructed. Here, for what purpose we are going to construct the building. Okay, means whether it is for residential purpose or public purpose. In public, different type categories are there. In that, for which category you are going to construct the building. Okay, then here other factors are there we have to consider while selecting the site. In that, first point is level of the site. The level of the site must be higher than that of its surroundings so as to provide good drainage. Here, whatever site is there, it must be at a higher than the surrounding one. Okay, so we will be able to provide good drainage. Generally, total flat site we have to avoid, because of for the drainage purpose we have to give 1:5 slope, or 1:5 slope is considered as an economical one, but it can be preferred up to the 1:10 slope. Okay, so there will be good drainage. Okay, so we have to think about the whatever site is there, whether it is leveled or sloped one. Okay, and its slope should not be more than 1:10 and should not be less than 1:4. Okay, then another thing is there, that is nothing but the climatic conditions. In that, we have to think about the intensity of rainfall and subsoil water level. Here, whatever intensity of rainfall is there, it will affect on the selection of the building materials as well as selection of the roofing material. Okay, if rainfall intensity is more, then we have to go for the sloped roofs or pitched roof. Okay, and if intensity of rainfall is less, then we have to go for the flat roofs. Also, we have to think about the subsoil water level, that is nothing but the water level. Okay, here groundwater level. Groundwater level should be low, it should not be too high or too low. Okay, and here if groundwater table is at higher level, then there will be the problem of dampness. into the building. And wherever such kind of problem is there, okay, then in that case we have to go for the provision of anti dampness materials and all those things, or whatever chemicals are there, we have to go for it. As well as preferably you have to provide the DPC layer, damp proof course layer, in between the substructure and superstructure, as well as you can go for the provision of the DPC wherever it is required, means below the ground level also. Okay, so then third point is there, that is nothing but the subsoil conditions. Okay, means whatever site you are going to select, here whether the hard strata is available or not. Okay, and it should be available up to the reasonable depth, that is up to 3 feet to 4 feet from the ground level. So whatever construction cost is there, it will get reduced and your structure will be economical one. Okay, means wherever black cotton soil is there, such a sites we have to avoid. But if there is no any other things are in your hands, then you have to accept as it is, and then you have to go for the pile foundation also. Okay, but preferably we have to choose the site where hard strata is available at a reasonable depth, means up to 3 to 4 feet. Okay, then after that next thing is there, that is nothing but the availability of modern amenities. In that, the site must be within municipal limits, so that modern amenities like water supply, electricity, sewage, roads, etc. can be made available with more ease if there is no provision at present. Here, whatever site you are going to select, it should be in the region of municipal limit. Okay, or whatever we can say Nagar Panchayat, Nagar Palika, okay, or Taluka places. Here, five, we have to prefer such sites because of whatever basic needs are there or whatever basic amenities are required, like water supply, electricity, sewage, roads. These things are the must one. Okay, and wherever these things are available in that particular locality, you can go for the selection of the site. Okay, or presently these things are not available, but the site is within the limit of municipal area. Okay, or we can say not municipal area, or whatever municipal limit is there. In that, if site is available, then also you can go for the select such type of site. Okay, then availability of other facilities. In that, the site should be the site should provide an easy access from the nearest road and offer sufficient light and air. There should be good and cheap transport facilities available near the site. It is always better if public services like fire brigade, police station, etc. are also not very far off from the site. Okay, also we have to think about the other facilities are available in that particular locality or near to the locality. Okay, in that different things are there. One of the most important thing is transportation facility. whether it is available or not. Then after that, whatever roads are there are of good qualities or not, means whether whatever roads are there is of good quality or not. It also depends on the site selection criteria. Then after that, it's width. Okay, means width of the road is also depend. म्हणजे जे काही रोड वगैरे सोडलेले आहेत ते मोठे आहेत का छोटे आहेत, त्या पण गोष्टी याच्यावरती अफेक्ट करतात आपल्या साईट सिलेक्शन वरती. ओके, देन आफ्टर दॅट whether the fire brigade, police station, etc. things are available at nearer to the site or not far away from the site. Okay, also we have to think about these facilities. Then next point is there, that is nothing but the surroundings, the situation and surroundings of the site must be such as to suit the purpose for which the building is to be constructed. Each type of building requires different surroundings than for others. Whatever surroundings is there, that is one of the most important factors. It affects on the site selection. Means here, if you want to construct a building in Pandharpur city, or we can say in a Solapur city or in a metro cities, okay, you have to think about you comes in which class according to the earning. Okay, means what type of business you are doing, what type of we can say employee you are, and how you are earning the monies. Okay, according to that also you have to go for the selection of the site. It should not be like that whatever slum area is there, into the slum area you are going to construct your good quality of building. It will affect whatever surrounding things are there, will affect on your site selection. Okay, as well as another thing will be there. Okay, whatever your economical class is lower one, and you are trying to construct or you are trying to select the site into the rich area. Okay, then what will happen in that case, whatever owner is there, he or she will feel guilty or sometimes uneasiness. Okay, why it is so? Because of जर काही समजा आपण साइट सिलेक्ट करत असताना आपल्याकडे किती पैसे आहेत, आपण साइट परचेस करण्यासाठी आपण किती पैसे घालणार आहे, नंतर पुन्हा तिथलं कन्स्ट्रक्शन किती करणार आहे, ह्याच्यावरती सगळ्या गोष्टी डिपेंड करतात. म्हणजे काय, जर काही तुमच्याकडे खूप मोठा पैसा आहे, तुम्ही जी काही रिच एरिया आहे त्या रिच एरियामध्ये तुम्ही साइट सिलेक्ट करू शकता आणि तिथे कन्स्ट्रक्शन करू शकता. दॅट विल बी फाईन. इफ यू हॅव less amount of money, then you can prefer the whatever general people or common people where they are living in that particular locality, you can choose the site. Okay, otherwise it should not be like that. म्हणजे ऍडव्हर्स व्हायला नको की बाबा तुमच्याकडे पैसा जास्त आहे आणि स्लम एरियामध्ये तुम्ही साईट सिलेक्ट करताय. ओके, म्हणजे सराउंडिंग साईटचा जो काही एन्व्हायरमेंट आहे त्याचा इफेक्ट तुमच्या घरावरती किंवा तुमच्या मेंटॅलिटीवरती होण्याची शक्यता राहते. किंवा असं पण व्हायला नकोय की बाबा तुमच्याकडे पैसा कमी आहे आणि तुम्ही रिच एरियामध्ये राहायला गेलाय तिथं. ओके, ज्या त्या स्टँडर्ड प्रमाणात जे त्या गोष्टी ज्या आहेत त्या आपल्या घडल्या पाहिजे, तिथं ऑकवर्ड फिलिंग वगैरे यायला नकोय आपल्याला. ओके, त्यासाठी व्हॉट एव्हर सराउंडिंग इज देअर, इट इज अन व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट फॅक्टर. ओके, also here while selecting the site, if your site is near to the seashore or offshore, then it will be good one. Okay, you can prefer that. Okay, also we have to avoid such a sites which are near to the dumping grounds and all those things. Means जो काय आपला घन कचरा वगैरे आहे तो आपण जिथं डंप करतोय त्याच्या शेजारी वगैरे जर काही साईट वगैरे अवेलेबल असेल तर तशा साईट ज्या आहेत ते आपल्याला काय करायचे, अवॉइड करायचे, की जेणेकरून त्याचा इफेक्ट जो आहे तो सराउंडिंगच्या एन्व्हायरमेंटवरती पडतोय आणि तो इनडायरेक्टली तिथल्या इनमेट्स किंवा जो काही ओनर आहे त्याच्यावरती पडणार आहे. ओके, here we have to think about these factors. Then after that also we have to avoid, or we have to take some precautions while selecting the site. Okay, in that first one is that the site consisting of reclaimed soil, means made useful for cultivation, should be avoided as far as possible. Okay, means whatever agricultural soil is there, agricultural land is there, in a such site we have to avoid. Okay, then after that the site must not be located in a waterlogged areas or near the bank of a river. Okay, there will be the if we select the site near to the bank of the river, then there will be the dangerous one. Okay, whenever rainfall will be more, and if flood comes, then there is a possibility of increase the flood level and all those things. Okay, so we have to avoid the site selection near to the bank of a river. Then also we have to avoid the site nearer to the old quarry. ओके, म्हणजे ज्या काही खाणी वगैरे आहेत जुन्या वगैरे की ज्याच्यामध्ये काहीतरी मटेरियल दुसरं नंतर पुन्हा डंप केलेलं आहे, जिथून whatever rock is there which is extracted, and in that portion another material is dumped. Okay, such site also we have to avoid it, कारण तिथं जे काही आपलं मटेरियल आपण डंप करतोय ते चांगल्या क्वालिटीचं करतोय का नाही, किंवा तिथलं जे काही सेटलमेंट जे असणार आहे ते डिफरन्शियल सेटलमेंट होण्याची शक्यता वगैरे राहते, कारण तिथलं ग्राउंड जे आहे ते नॅचरल ग्राउंड नसणार आहे. ओके, त्याच्यामुळं तिथं आपल्याला बेसिकली साईट सिलेक्ट करायची नाहीये. ओके, द साईट फॉर अ रेसिडेन्शियल बिल्डिंग शुड बी अवे फ्रॉम द एरिया कॉजिंग फॉल, ऑर्डर or smoke nuisance due to the industrial buildings. Okay, generally we have to select the site for a residential building in a residential area only, not nearer to the industrial area. Why it is so? Because of whatever smoke, odor and nuisance is there, it will affect on the health of the inmates or occupants. Okay, as well as another thing is there, for residential building we don't have to select site near to the national highway, because of on a national highway vehicular traffic is more and more disturbance will be there. Okay, so we have to avoid the site selection near to the national highways for residential buildings. Then here, if we select the site for the schools, hospitals or residential buildings, then it should be away from the noisy area. Earlier I told you. Okay, then there should be no disabling easement. Okay, then here whatever easement is nothing but is a right. Easement is a right which a person may have over another man's land by law, such as the right to walk over it or to run a pipe through it. Okay, म्हणजेच काय की बाबा आपण अशा एरियावरती असा एरिया आपल्याला सिलेक्ट करायला नको आहे की दुसऱ्या कुणाचा तरी नावावरती आहे किंवा तिथून आपली आवक जावक होणार नाहीये. ओके, किंवा तिथं आवक जावकला नंतर थोडासा प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतो. अशा साईड ज्या आहेत त्या आपल्याला काय करायचे तर अवॉइड करायचे. ओके, सो these are the some criterias are there or factors are there while selecting the site. We have to keep in mind, and then after that we have to go for the proper selection of the site. Okay, along with that also we have to think about the whether that site is NA or not. NA is nothing but the non-agriculture. Okay, जी काय आपण साईट बघतोय किंवा सिलेक्ट करतोय ती NA आहे का नाही हे बघणं सुद्धा आपलं काम आहे, की जेणेकरून जर काही समजा तुम्हाला लोन वगैरे करायचं असेल, होम लोन वगैरे करायचं असेल, तर प्रेफरेबली बँक्स ज्या आहेत त्या NA साईटच मागतात. NA असलेला जो काही प्लॉट्स आहेत त्याच्यावरती जे काही कन्स्ट्रक्शन करताय त्याच्यासाठीच त्या लोन वगैरे प्रोव्हाइड करतात. तर ते आहे का नाही बघणं पण आपलं एक काम आहे. ओके, सो you have to consider these things while selecting the site. Next point from unit number 2 is concrete block masonry. Generally we prefer brick masonry or stone masonry, but nowadays concrete block masonry comes in a picture, and we are preferring also for the construction of the walls in framed structures. Okay, here generally whatever concrete block masonries are there, firstly we have to go for the manufacturing of concrete blocks. Okay, in that maybe of solid blocks or hollow blocks. Generally its size is kept as 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 30 centimeter. Then after that 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 20 centimeter, and 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 10 centimeter. Okay, in that way we can in different dimensions we can go for the manufacturing of the concrete blocks. Okay, also it has some advantages over the brick masonry or stone masonry. If we use hollow block concrete masonry, hollow concrete blocks, then there will be the possibility of minimize the dead load, as well as whatever material is required for the manufacturing of concrete blocks, we will be able to save up to 25% if we go for the hollow concrete blocks. Okay, then after that here another advantage is there if we prefer the hollow concrete blocks, that is whatever thermal insulation is there we can easily achieve it. Okay, and also whatever sound insulation is there we will be get an advantage in that concern also. Okay, here whatever construction method of the concrete blocks is there, which is categorized into the 4 main parts. In that first one is the mixing. Okay, then second one is the molding,
सर
is the placing. हा
स्लाइड चेंज नाही झाले अजून.
स्लाइड मध्ये काही नाहीये रे, तेवढंच आहे ह्याच्यामध्ये, एवढंच आहे ह्याच्यात. ओके, hollow and solid blocks. Okay, and construction methods. Whatever construction method is there, which is subdivided into the 4 categories. In that, first one is the mixing, second one is the molding, third one is the placing, and fourth one is the curing. Okay, in that way, firstly we have to go for the construction of the hollow blocks or solid blocks. Okay, whatever molds are there, mold size generally kept as 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 30 centimeter. Okay, then 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 20 centimeter, and 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 10 centimeter. In that way, molds are preferred, and we have to go for the manufacture of the hollow concrete blocks as well as solid concrete blocks. Okay, 1 minute. Here, whatever construction method is there, in that firstly we have to go for the mixing, then after that molding, placing, and curing. In mixing, whatever ingredients are there of the concrete, we have to choose as a ratio 1:6. Okay, we have to keep ratio as a 1:6. 1 is nothing but the cement and 6 is nothing but the aggregates. Okay, in aggregates we have to prefer 60-40 ratio, means whatever fine aggregates are there, it's we have to provide of 60%, and remaining whatever 40% is there, we have to use coarse aggregate. Okay, after batching and adding water, we have to go for the proper mixing, and once it is homogeneous body or homogeneous mix, we can say, then after that we have to go for the molding. Okay, whatever molding is there, it can be done by manual one or machine molding. Whatever sizes I told you earlier, in those molds we have to go for the molding, means what we have to go for the pouring the material into the molds. Okay, as per the requirements, whether it is solid block or whether it is hollow block, according to that we have to go for it. Okay, then after molding we have to go for the placing, means we have to go for the remolding, and we have to place these blocks for drying purpose, maybe for 8 hours or maybe for 24 hours. Okay, and while drying the blocks, we have to keep these blocks into the shades and all those things. We have to avoid the direct contact of sun rays and all those things, because of whatever chemical reactions are there into the concrete, and due to the chemical reactions, heat of hydration process is going on, means the temperature will increase. Okay, and due to that, if these blocks, if we place into the uh, open sunrise, okay, then it will affect on the blocks. Okay, means some types of cracks will form. Cracks will forms on the surface of the blocks. Okay, after placing it, we have to wait for 8 hours or 24 hours, generally whatever maximum time is there. Okay, maximum setting time is there for the concrete is of 10 hours. Okay, म्हणजे 10 तासाच्या नंतर ते जे काही कॉन्क्रीट जे आहे ते कठीण असं दगडासारखं बनते. ओके, then after that we have to go for the curing. Curing is nothing but application of water on the surface of concrete. ओके, जे काही कॉन्क्रीटिंग केलेलं आहे त्या किंवा ब्लॉक्स जे आहेत त्याच्यावरती काय करायचं तर आपल्याला पाणी मारायचंय, म्हणजेच काय ऍप्लिकेशन ऑफ वॉटर करायचंय. ओके, इट कॅन बी डन बाय स्प्रेइंग दी वॉटर ओव्हर दी ब्लॉक्स. ओके, व्हाय इट इज रिक्वायर्ड? बिकॉज ऑफ to maintain the temperature into the blocks, we have to go for the application of water over the surfaces of the blocks. म्हणजेच काय की बाबा पाण्यामध्ये ज्यावेळेस सिमेंट आपण टाकतोय त्यावेळेस त्याचं केमिकल रिॲक्शन होते आणि त्या केमिकल रिॲक्शन मुळे हीट ऑफ हायड्रेशन प्रोसेस चालू होते, म्हणजे त्याच्यामध्ये हीट जी आहे ती जनरेट व्हायला चालू होते. ओके, आणि ती हीट जी आहे ती जर काही त्याचं टेम्परेचर जर इन्क्रीज होत गेलं सतत, ओके, विदाउट ऍप्लिकेशन ऑफ द वॉटर, तर त्याला क्रॅक्स वगैरे पडण्याची शक्यता राहते आणि त्याची जी काही स्ट्रेंथ जी आहे त्या ब्लॉक्सची ती स्ट्रेंथ जी आहे ती डिग्रेड व्हायला चालू होते. ओके, मग ते अवॉइड करण्यासाठी आपण काय करायचंय तर क्युरिंगला जायचंय. म्हणजेच काय करतोय तर आपण जो काही कॉन्क्रीटचा ब्लॉक किंवा जे काही मेसनरी आपण कन्स्ट्रक्ट करतोय बघा, ब्रिक मेसनरी असेल किंवा स्टोन मेसनरी असेल, जे काही बांधकाम करतोय आपण, ओके, त्याच्यावरती पाणी मारतोय टू मेंटेन दी टेम्परेचर. अँड दॅट प्रोसेस यू कॅन कंटिन्यू up to the 7 days or maybe 14 days or 21 days also. Generally whatever our concrete elements are there, okay, whatever structural elements which are constructed by using the concrete material, on such elements we have to go for the curing for at least 14 days, okay, or up to 21 days. कारण 28 दिवसानंतर ते जे काही कॉन्क्रीट आहे ते 100% स्ट्रेंथ जे आहे ते गेन करते. ओके, त्यामुळे आपल्याला कमीत कमी 14 दिवस तरी पाणी मारलं लागणार आहे आणि नंतर पुन्हा मॅक्सिमम 21 दिवसापर्यंत तुम्ही काय करू शकता तर पाणी मारत राहू शकता, म्हणजे क्युरिंग करू शकता. ओके, सो दिस इज अबाउट दी concrete block masonry. Okay, here whatever autoclaved aerated concrete blocks are there are similar to the concrete block, but here whatever manufacturing process is there of the autoclaved aerated concrete is different one as compared to the concrete blocks. Generally in autoclaved aerated concrete we go for the use of fly ash. ओके, जे काय आपलं इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट वगैरे असते बघा, तिथला जो काय ऍश असतोय त्या ऍशचा आपण वापर कशासाठी करतोय तर फॉर द कन्स्ट्रक्शन, फॉर द मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग ऑफ द autoclaved aerated concrete. Here in this process whatever ingredients are there are given temperature up to the 1400 degree on Celsius, okay, and then after that it is molded, and when it is molded one, at that time in that due to the temperature some porosity will be there, okay, means some voids will generate into the blocks, okay, and due to that whatever its weight is there will be less as compared to the concrete blocks. Okay, and here fly ash is an eco-friendly material, means whatever waste is there from the industry we are going to use it for the manufacturing of the autoclaved aerated concretes. Okay, in that whatever blocks are there, those blocks directly we can use it for the construction purpose, and here some advantages are there of the autoclaved aerated concretes. In that, first one is it is lightweight, okay, and it is handy to operate, or we can say in construction activities, okay. So whatever construction speed is there, it will be more, and whatever blocks are there, autoclaved aerated concrete blocks are there, we can manufacture as per the required dimensions. So as per the requirement, we can demand it, and we can have it also, okay. So these concrete blocks will float on the water bodies. जी काही वॉटर बॉडी आहे त्याच्यावरती ऑटोक्लेव्ड इरिटेड कॉन्क्रीट ब्लॉक्स जे आहेत ते काय करते तर तरंगतात, असे एवढं लाईट वेट राहतात, ओके. अँड whenever we are constructing the walls by using the autoclaved aerated concrete, we don't have to go for the use of mortar and all those things. Special chemical is available for joining such blocks, okay. So we don't have to go for the mortar joints and all those things for autoclaved aerated concretes. याच्यामध्ये काय बघा की जे काय आपले जॉइंट्स वगैरे आहेत त्या जॉइंट्स फिलअप करण्यासाठी मॉर्टरचा यूज करायचा नाहीये, तिथं स्पेशल केमिकल्स अवेलेबल आहेत, त्याचा वापर करून आपल्याला काय करायचं ते जॉइंट्स करायचे. आणि आफ्टर कन्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफ इट we can go for the directly plastering, okay. means प्लास्टरिंग कशासाठी करायचं आहे तर ते जे काय आपलं मेसनरी आहे त्याला स्ट्रेंथनिंग करण्यासाठी आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे तर प्लास्टरिंग करायला जायचं आहे, ओके. परंतु जसं आपण ब्रिक मेसनरी, स्टोन मेसनरी किंवा कॉन्क्रीट ब्लॉक मेसनरी केल्यानंतर वॉटर अप्लाय करतोय त्याच्यावरती, ओके. म्हणजे त्याची केमिकल रिॲक्शन होऊन जे काही टेम्परेचर इन्क्रीज होतंय ते मेंटेन करण्यासाठी आपण वॉटर अप्लाय करतोय. परंतु हे जे काही ऑटोक्लेव्ड एरेटेड कॉन्क्रीट ब्लॉक आहेत त्याच्यापासून जर काही आपण एखादं मेसनरी कन्स्ट्रक्ट केली, ओके, तर तिथं आपल्याला पाणी मारण्याची गरज पडत नाही, ओके. And these autoclaved aerated concrete blocks are light in weight. Due to that, it produces very low dead load, and due to that, we will be able to minimize the dead load of overall construction, and we can go for the increase the number of story buildings, okay. जर काय आपण या पद्धतीच्या ब्लॉक्सचा वापर केला तर त्याच्यामुळे काय होतंय तर जे काही डेड लोड जो आहे आपल्या टोटल ओव्हरऑल बिल्डिंगचा तो कमी होतोय, ओके. सो दीज आर दी सम advantages are there. Then last point is there, that is nothing but the concept of main walls and other walls, okay. Here different types of walls are there as per the requirements. Then after that we can say as per the purpose, okay. And here you are going to construct the wall, according to that different types are there. In that, first one is the load bearing wall, second one is the non load bearing wall, okay. These two types are there, depends upon the whether walls are carrying superstructural load or not, okay. Then external walls, internal walls, according to the position of wall. Then partition walls, glass block wall, curtain wall, cavity wall, okay. Here firstly we will discuss about the load bearing wall. Generally load bearing walls we have to construct wherever we are going to construct the load bearing wall structure, and these type of walls carrying the superstructural load And if we go for the load bearing walls, then whatever load is coming from the superstructure, directly it bear by the such a wall, and it is transferred on the its foundation. So to sustain it or bear it, whatever load is coming, we have to go for the increase the thickness of the wall. Okay, so due to that, whatever carpet area is there, means whatever usable space is there into the units or building, we are getting less. Okay, so preferably we have to go for the load bearing walls in a load bearing structures. Then non load bearing walls are there. Here those loads do not carry any superstructural load, it carries only their self weight. Such walls are nothing but the non load bearing walls. Okay, and as they do not carry superstructural load, so its thickness we have to provide as possible as minimum. Generally it depends where we are going to provide the non-load bearing wall, at external side or internal side. Okay, then after that, due to use of non-load bearing walls, we get the more carpet area or whatever usable space is there into the buildings, and due to that, whatever dead load is there, that also we can minimize it. And one of the most important advantages there of non-load bearing walls, we can change the position of the non-load bearing walls at any time as per the requirements. Okay, means suppose two rooms are there, adjacent two rooms are there. Okay, and we need it make an only one unit. Okay, ज्या काही दोन वॉल्स आहेत त्या दोन वॉल आपल्याला काय करायचे आहेत, एकाच सॉरी ज्या काही दोन रूम्स आहेत त्या आपल्याला एकाच रूम मध्ये कन्व्हर्ट करायचे असतील, तर आपण जी काही रिक्वायरमेंट असले, जी काही मध्ये नॉन रिक्वायर्ड वॉल आहे ती आपण एनी टाइम रिमूव्ह करू शकतो, किंवा त्याची पोझिशन जी आहे ती ऍज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट नुसार आपण चेंज करू शकतो. ओके, दॅट टाइप ऑफ फॅसिलिटीज अवेलेबल. Okay, then next type of wall is there, that is nothing but the external walls. Okay, here whatever external walls are there, maybe of load bearing walls or non load bearing walls. If you go for the construction of this framed structure, then obviously non load bearing wall will be there, and if it is load bearing wall structure, then load bearing walls will be there. Okay, generally at external side we are preferring the one brick thick walls in residential buildings, and in a public buildings it may varies, means for what purpose we are going to construct the external walls, as well as at what floor we are going to construct the external walls. Here generally at a ground floor we have to go for the one brick thick wall or 1.5 brick thick wall as per the requirement, but at higher floors we can minimize the thickness of external walls, maybe of 6 inch also. Okay, why it is so? Because of there is possibility at a ground floor that is जे काही थेफ्ट वगैरे आहेत, ओके, चोर वगैरे जे आहेत ते फोडण्याची शक्यता राहते, घर वगैरे फोडण्याची शक्यता राहते. तर त्यामुळे आपल्याला ज्या काही एक्सटर्नल वॉल ज्या आहेत त्या स्ट्रॉंग बनवायच्या असतात, त्यामुळे त्याची थिकनेस जी आहे ती आपण जास्त ठेवतोय. ओके, ऍज कम्पेअर टू द अदर वॉल्स. देन आफ्टर दॅट internal walls, whatever external walls are there, the main purpose of the external wall is to provide the privacy from outside the building, as well as to provide the security, and to avoid the direct contact with the environment or climatic conditions, or to avoid the adverse effect of climatic conditions such as rain, wind. Okay, these are the purposes for the construction of the external walls. Then internal walls, whatever walls we are going to construct at internal part of the building are nothing but the internal walls. Okay, and the main purpose of the internal walls is to provide the privacy. Internal privacy means from one room to the another room, as well as from corridors to the rooms, as well as to divide the space. Means whatever space is required for a particular unit, to provide it or to provide that much space, we have to go for the internal walls. Okay, जे काय आपला स्पेस जो काय आहे बिल्डिंग मधला, तो स्पेस आपल्याला डिवाइड करण्यासाठी किंवा ऍज पर दी रिक्वायरमेंट नुसार युनिट्सच्या साइजेस ठरवण्यासाठी किंवा साइजेस डिसाइड करण्यासाठी आणि आपल्याला जे काय इंटरनल प्रायव्हसी आहे ते अचीव करण्यासाठी आपण काय करतोय तर इंटरनल वॉल्सला जातोय. हिअर whatever internal walls are there in a residential building, we prefer of 4.5 inch thick only. ओके, 4.5 इंचाचेच आपण काय करतोय तर इंटरनल वॉल ज्या आहेत त्या कन्स्ट्रक्ट करायला जातोय, जेणेकरून त्याचा मोटो जो आहे तो फक्त आणि फक्त काय पार्टिशन निर्माण करणे, किंवा आपण काय म्हणूया की बाबा त्याचं मेन पर्पज जो आहे तो काय तर की बाबा प्रायव्हसी मेंटेन करणे किंवा स्पेस डिवाइड करणे. ओके, सगळ्या ज्या काही वॉल आहेत त्या सगळ्या वॉलचा जो काही पर्पज आहे तो सेमच आहे की बाबा जेणेकरून जो काही आपला स्पेस आहे तो डिवाइड करणे, प्रायव्हसी निर्माण करणे किंवा सिक्युरिटी प्रोव्हाइड करणे, किंवा जे काय आपण म्हणूया की वेदरिंग कंडिशन्स आहेत, ओके, त्या वेदरिंग कंडिशनचा अफेक्ट आपल्या इनमेट्स वरती होऊ नये किंवा त्याच्यापासून सिक्युरिटी मिळण्यासाठी आपण प्रोव्हाइड करतोय. ओके, देन आफ्टर दॅट partition wall. Here I would like to discuss about external walls and internal walls with the consideration of load bearing structure and frame structure. Okay, here in a load bearing structure at interior part, whatever wall thicknesses are there, we have to increase it because of at a central place will be more load. Okay, and to bear that whatever internal walls are there, its thicknesses we have to provide more as compared to the external one. Okay, किंवा कधी कधी तुम्ही बघितलं असेल की बाबा जुनी बांधकामं वगैरे मातीची घरं वगैरे बघितली असतील की त्याच्या ज्या काही वॉल्स आहेत त्याचे ज्या काही थिकनेसेस आहेत त्या थिकनेसेस मे बी किती बघा की 3 फूट, 3.5 फूट, 4 फूट, 5 फूट किंवा 6 फुटाच्या पण वॉल्स कन्स्ट्रक्ट केलेल्या आहेत, जुन्या आहेत त्या. ओके, बट नाउ डेज such type of walls not required because of we prefer framed structures. ओके, आणि जे काही फ्रेम्ड स्ट्रक्चर आहे त्याच्यामध्ये ज्या काही इंटरनल वॉल्स आहेत किंवा एक्सटर्नल वॉल्स आहेत त्याच्यावरती कुठल्याही प्रकारचा लोड येत नाही, त्याच्यामुळे त्याच्या थिकनेसेस जे आहेत ते आपण कमी ठेवू शकतो. ओके, then next type of wall is that nothing but the partition wall. Okay, partition wall is similar to the internal walls. The main purpose of the partition wall is to divide the space, maybe for temporary purpose or maybe for permanent purpose. And whatever partition walls are there, we can go for the construction of the partition walls by using the various materials, maybe in that brick masonry, stone masonry, then after that wooden planks. Okay, also we can say that by providing the curtains and all those things. Okay, जे काही पडदे वगैरे आहेत ते पडदे पण आपण लावून काय करू शकतो, पार्टिशन प्रोव्हाइड करू शकतो. ओके, such type of walls are nothing but the partition walls. Then Here also, whatever partition walls are there, the main purpose of the partition wall is to divide the space and to achieve the privacy, internal privacy. Okay. Then next type of wall is there, that is nothing but the glass block wall. Okay. Generally, glass block walls you will found in a big commercial offices, maybe architecture's office, or offices of different banks and all those things. Okay, main branches of the banks, you will find the glass block walls. Generally, whatever glass block walls are there are constructed to increase the beautification or elegance of the interior. ओके, जे काय आतमधल्या साईडला जे काय आपण ऑफिस वगैरे आहे त्या ऑफिसचं जे काय इंटेरियर आहे ते इन्क्रीज करण्यासाठी, ओके, त्याची म्हणजे ब्युटिफिकेशन करण्यासाठी किंवा त्याचं इलिगन्स इन्क्रीज करण्यासाठी आपण काय करतोय तर ग्लास ब्लॉक वॉलला जातोय. ओके, जनरली in this case we have to go for the use of glass blocks and we have to go for the construction of the glass block wall. Then next type of wall is there, that is nothing but the curtain wall. Curtain walls generally preferred at the facing side of the building and which is constructed by using the glass lids. ओके, ज्या काही ग्लास लिड्स असतात त्या ग्लास लिड्स आपण काय करतोय तर त्याला फ्रेम वगैरे कन्स्ट्रक्ट करून त्याच्यामध्ये ग्लास लिड जे आहेत त्या प्रोव्हाइड करून आपण काय करतोय तर वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्ट करतोय. कधी कधी आपण ज्या काही आपल्या पायऱ्या वगैरे असतात बघा, ओके, त्याच्या पायऱ्याचा जो काही एक्सटर्नल सरफेस असणार आहे, वॉल असणार आहे, त्या एक्सटर्नल वॉलला आपण काय करतोय तर कर्टेन वॉल, की जेणेकरून बाहेरच्या साईडनं आतमधलं दिसत नाही किंवा आतमधून बाहेरचं दिसतंय, या पद्धतीची काही वॉल आहे त्याला काय म्हणायचं, कर्टेन वॉल म्हणायचं. की जे काही मोठमोठे ऑफिसेस असतात किंवा मोठमोठ्या बिल्डिंग्स, जसं की आपल्याकडं काय म्हणूया बाबा एखादं कुठलं तरी शॉपी वगैरे असते बघ आपल्या कशाची, कपड्यांची वगैरे किंवा मॉल्स वगैरे असतात, तर त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला कर्टेन वॉल्स बघायला मिळतील. ओके, then after that next type of wall is there, that is nothing but the cavity wall. Okay, here whatever cavity walls are there preferably used whenever we have to go for the maintain the temperature into the building, whenever important buildings are there, in that case, and whenever site is at hot climatic region, in that case we have to go for the construction of the cavity walls. Okay, two adjacent walls are constructed at a time by providing some space, maybe 4-inch or 6-inch. Okay, and these two walls are interconnected to each other by using the building material, whatever you are using, stones or bricks, and cavity is to be left in between these two walls. Okay, and the main purpose of that cavity wall is to avoid the heat transformation from inside to the outside and vice versa, किंवा त्याचा रेट जो आहे तो कमी करणे, हाच मेन एक त्याच्यामधला काय त्याच्या पाठीमागचा काय राहतोय तर उद्देश राहतोय. ओके, so this was about the unit number 2 and unit number 2 is over now. Okay.